anything, absolutely anything amazing can happen in the Charlitos multiverse. The amazing Taylor Swift is promoting the multiverse. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let's keep enjoying the presence of Taylor Swift in the NFL. But first, let's talk about the Bills massacre. I captured that moment because that says it all. Like, Josh Allen had more incompletions than touchdown passes during that game where they annihilated the Dolphins 48 to 20. Josh Allen had the perfect passer rating, 158.3. That's the perfect passer rating. It can't be it can't get better than that. It doesn't get better than that. And even though he had this perfect game, there are people that show like this type of graphics. Well, this brilliant commentator has never believed in Josh Allen, Nick Wright, and he is showing us this graphic where he shows his ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs that he has had loads in the last 34 games. But of course, that's life. It's full of ups and downs. You cannot be perfect all the time. He's gonna, not gonna play these type of games every time. But what nobody can deny is that Josh Allen's ups are unbeatable, are the best ups in the league, and he's definitely the NFL's MVP front runner. And let's talk a little bit about the Swiftiemania. Like, look at Taylor Swift, man. She's always behaving in an adorable way. I'm not surprised. She is the most popular celebrity at the moment in the world, and it's so good for the NFL to have her. Like, she joined the NFL universe, and that has been really good for the NFL because it's something that generates storylines and is also like bringing up more fans, well, much more Chiefs fans especially, but it's it's more exposure for the NFL in the end, and it's something that is brought by somebody that is always, in good spirits, hugging people, like having a great time, like having drinks in the stadium. Like, she's such like an adorable talent, an adorable woman, and I'm really glad that she is part of this universe. Subscribe to the Charlitos multiverse to keep sharing these amazing storylines that are brought to us every single week of the NFL season. And let's go to this new segment that I am presenting, and Taylor Swift as well. It's called the Dream Assemble. In this segment, I'm gonna talk about my top 10 most extraordinary reasons to watch the NFL during this era. 10 reasons why I believe the NFL is the best sport right now, the most spectacular show, and I think the NFL at this time is better than in any other era, and it's mainly because of these 10 reasons that we have right now in front of our eyes, and one of them is that guy. That guy is just unstoppable when at his best, completely unstoppable. The guy can do it all. Everything you can imagine. I mean, if we compare him to a superhero, DC, Marvel, whichever universe, he would for sure be, guess who? Of course, he would be Superman. Like, the guy can do it all. He's the Superman of the NFL and the best quarterback in this moment. But then look at that other guy from that throws passes from another stratosphere. Of course, I'm talking about Justin Thunderbird. The guy can make every throw unimaginable and imaginable. His arm is, man, he's the best pure passer in the league. Easily top 3 in the NFL right now. If he were a superhero in my dream assemble, he would be Thor, definitely the god of thunder, the most powerful Avenger of them all. Justin Thunderbird is the Thor of my dream assemble, and he's the first member of it. He's definitely a very an extraordinary reason to watch the NFL right now, and he deserves a shot for a ring in a Super Bowl. I'm sure he will have a shot. And then, of course, there's this guy I was talking to you about, and of course, he is who else? Superman, the guy that can do it all, and the guy that can beat any being in the universe, including one of the guys who I will talk to you about next. But first, let's talk about a warrior. A warrior, the warrior of the Dream Assemble. Nobody really talks about him much, but he never gives up. He can do it all day. And of course, I'm talking about Matthew Stafford, who is the Captain America of the NFL. Man, he never gives up. Even though he was in the Lions, one of the worst teams ever, he make them competitive, and he has made his WRs competitive and have extraordinary seasons throughout his career, and he's going to do it again this season, and he's going to take the Rams to the playoffs. He is, of course, in my dream assemble. And another guy who is struggling a lot this season, but I'm sure that when he puts on that Green Lanterns ring, he's gonna show the world again why he is unstoppable and one of the best and most powerful members of the NFL. Joe Burrow is gonna be back. I can nearly guarantee that. But then let's talk about another member of my dream assemble, the fifth member, the Batman of my dream assemble, Brock Purdy. Man, the guy has plenty of toys, but man, he knows how to manage perfectly well all his toys at his disposal, all his weapons. He's leading the best team to the highest parts of the rankings. The 49ers and Brock Purdy are an amazing team, and they are part of the Dream Assemble. And of course, this guy is inevitable. He's the Thanos Almighty of the NFL. He has the Infinity Gauntlet. He is somewhat invincible. I believe this year he will be beaten by Superman, maybe. But first he has to get beaten to, stop being considered one of the most dominant players in the history of sports. And then there's this guy, Mr. Rogers, who is the Magneto of my assemble. Always rebellious, always expressing whatever he wants to express. Even though he's not playing, he's one of the greatest players of all time. And I hope he returns, he comes back, because he has a great influence in the league. Calling this guy Mr. Pfizer, and everybody getting to know that. Travis Kelce, Mr. Pfizer, like as Aaron Rodgers named him, is the Captain Trevor, Steve Trevor of the assemble, of my assemble, and he has such a strong influence nowadays, mainly because of this spectacular woman here, who is, of course, the Wonder Woman of my dream assemble, and a very special part of this assemble, the feminine part of the assemble, Taylor Swift, of course. And I mean, it's great that the sport has now such a great feminine presence. And this is, in my personal opinion, another member, the last member of my Dream Assemble, and a very important reason why I watch the NFL every Sunday. It's amazing how this Sunday night anthem, sung by Carrie Underwood, hypes up like the entire NFL fans, like all the fandom. That song is unbelievably cool, and it's a must when you get to Sunday night football. So she's a very special ingredient of my football Sundays. So those are my 10 most extraordinary, well, 11, because the Charlitos multiverse is also part of this extraordinary story of the 2023 season, and I'm so glad to be sharing this story with you guys. And let's go to another part of the Charlitos multiverse, which is the competition between me and my cousin Maux, who is the hero of the legend. He knows why I say that. He's the hero of the legend, but not this week, because the final score between him and me this week was 11-5 against 10-6. I had 11 correct predictions, 5 incorrect. So I beat him for the first time this season. My first week beating him. That's great. That's my first trophy that goes directly to the Lycans, to the Emerald Lycans cave. So I'm planning to have more weeks like this, even though he doesn't take many risks, and I will take them for sure. I will keep taking them, but I will fight for Cancun till the end. So the overall scores are 41-23 in my case, 42-22 in Mad Maux's case. So it's just a 1 game difference right now. And the new trophy for week 4, I'm gonna fight for it. Let's go to the predictions. It's the Bears and the Commanders. Mad Maux's team against my team. And of course, I predict Mad Maux's team will get the win. I always believe in Sammy. And surprisingly, Mad Maux's believes in his own team this week. Well, against Justin Field and the 0-4 Bears. But I'm still surprised. And then it's Superman against the prince that God promised. And of course, Superman is gonna destroy the prince that God promised in London. That will be a great game in London. But Joshua Patrick is unstoppable, man. So now let's go to the Texans and the Falcons. CJ Stroud is gonna get an easy win. Easy money. Easy money. It's easy money for CJ Stroud, who in 4 weeks of play is becoming an amazing quarterback. He's gonna beat Reader easily. And then let's see the Lions and the Panthers. We're Lions. Of course, I believe Jared Goff is beating Bryce, and so does Matt Maux. We have agreed in every prediction so far. Let's go to the Titans and Colts game. I predict that Ryan Tannehill will beat Richardson, the rookie, but Matt Maux predicts the Anthony Richardson, to beat Ryan Tannehill and the Titans. So let's see what happens. That's a very interesting game. Then let's go to the Dolphins Giants. Of course, I predict that Tua is going to beat Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes has been really disappointing this season. Matt Maux thinks the same, that Tua Tagovailoa is going back to the winning column. And now let's go to Derek Carr and against McCorkle. And I think Carr is gonna get the win, not by much. So does Matt Maux. We both think that Carr is going to beat McCorkle and the Patriots. And now we go to the Ravens and Steelers game. Action Jackson time, baby. Action Jackson will beat Kenny Pickett according to both of us. Kenny Pickett is injured. So Action Jackson is playing very well. Then let's go to the Bengals and the Cardinals. Joe Cool! Come on, Joe Cool! I still believe in you. So those Mad Maux. Let's go. Let's get your everything together and get a win and come back from that 1-3 record. We believe in Joe Cool, and I believe in the Captain America of the league. Matthew Stafford will defeat Jalen Hurts, but Mad Maux doesn't think so. Mad Maux thinks Jalen will keep undefeated against Matthew Stafford and Puka Nakua, and hopefully Cooper Kupp returns in this game. And then it's the Jets and the Broncos. I believe in Zach, but Mad Maux doesn't believe in Zach. He thinks Ross is gonna beat Zach. That's a very interesting game. I think that Zach is gonna play well again and beat Ross, and then, well, Thanos will find a way to beat Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Pat Mahomes, like, he's not playing really well at the moment, but he finds ways to defeat teams. That's greatness, and that's what he does. Then let's go to Cowboys and the 49ers. Another great team, the 49ers. I think it's gonna be easy money to beat Dak for Brock Purdy. Mad Maux thinks the 49ers will defeat the Cowboys as well. And then it's the love against Jimmy G. And I think Jimmy G is gonna kick Love's asses and get the win. I don't believe in Love this week, but Mad Maux believes in Love. So this is the battle of who believes in Love this week and who doesn't believe in Love. Surprisingly, this week, I don't believe in Love. But let's see what happens. And it's Justin Thunderbird and Mr. Rogers enjoying their time at the beach. And it's a relaxed moment. And of course, this guy is everywhere, like jumping of happiness. He was jumping. Because there you go, it's Taylor Swift reminding you to join the Charlitos multiverse, to like it, to subscribe to it. So now it's RELAX, relax time for me to keep enjoying my life, keep enjoying yours, but subscribe to the channel and don't forget to share your thoughts and your 10 best characters in the NFL at the moment. Charlie out.